On today's podcast, we have a very, very close friend of mine, Mandar Bhandari. He is a pro cricket player, plays for the Maharashtra Ranji cricket team, and he's also the founder of a protein supplement brand called Explosive Whey. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time out from your busy schedule, out of playing, running a business. I don't know how you do all of it together, but thank you for being here.
Thank you.
First question: what is Explosive Whey? I know it's a protein brand. I know you have other products along with protein. You have BCAA, glutamine, creatine, all of these things. But how is it different from any other brand out there?
Our brand was the first Indian brand to focus on athletes. But I think athletes are someone who requires a very good quality product to, perform daily. Every day they have to do the same hardcore training. They need to recover very well. So for that we came up with this brand Explosive Way.
When you talk about quality, for example, so how do you differentiate between the quality of the protein that you provide as compared to any other brand out there in the Indian market?
For that we have set up our own manufacturing unit in Pune where the quality of the product is in our hands. So normally if you see other protein brands, they manufacture it via third party or they do white labeling products.
So it's manufactured outside the country?
Some other companies manufacture it for them. They just label and brand it. In that, the quality is not in control of the brand.
So you don't have your product in any shops, there is no other distribution channel. You are the manufacturer and you are the distributor.
Yeah, right. So we have our own website, platforms, online platforms. We are selling our product there. But we have not appointed any distributors as of now. Because the main part is when the product is manufactured, it should go directly to the consumer. Our product shouldn't be on the shelf for like 2 months, 3 months. It should be go directly to the consumer.
Okay. And I think, in the news, you're constantly seeing that there are fake protein powders in the market. People are mixing random products in the market. So I think one of the best decisions you've probably made is not having distributors, even though it affects business.
Yeah.
I think the only way of guaranteeing quality is having your own distribution, so that there is no third party where your product is going, where there is a possibility of mixing.
Correct.
And then going to the consumer.
Correct.
I think because you have 100% control of manufacturing as well as distribution, you can guarantee the quality of the product.
Correct. So that was the basic idea behind everything. And if you see the recent articles in the news, around 70% of Indian proteins are not up to the mark. I mean, the label claims are different and the lab testing when done is different.
So how do you kind of check, or how often are you supposed to check what sort of standards to follow? Is there a company that does that?
There's a company in UK called Informed Sports. So we have that certification on our products. So Informed Sports is more rigorous testing of the product than Informed Choice.
So what is the difference between the two?
So whenever our batch is manufactured, any product, I mean whey protein or any product, every batch is sent to UK for lab testing.
So every time you manufacture a large batch, the product is sent for testing?
Yeah, the product is sent for testing, and only after the approval of the UK lab, we are supposed to launch it in the market. So every athletes check this mark of Informed Sports on the product, and if that certification is done by you, basically the product is dope free.
So this is the Informed
Sports, yeah.
And how is it different from Informed Choice?
Informed Choice, basically, they just test the product. Not every batch is sent to UK. Every batch is sent to UK, for lab testings. Testing frequency, every batch of the product is tested in Informed Sports. So they buy random samples also of our product, and which is very random, and they check the product, they certify that also. So our products are all Informed Sports products.
Nice. So it's basically dope free.
Yeah, it's dope free.
And it's 100% safe for athletes to use.
Correct.
So let's go back a little bit. as to how did this whole idea come about? Like, why did you think India needs to have a protein or a supplement brand for athletes? Because I'm sure there are companies outside India that
Yeah,
are manufacturing
correct,
with the same standard.
correct.
So, why couldn't you just pick up a distribution for them?
Import the product every time you need to order because it's very time consuming, it's costly. So I'll tell you how it started. That Kedar Jadhav, the Indian cricketer, he is a mentor. He is a mentor. He will be a mentor. So in COVID, I saw him face difficulties, ordering the product.
Because imports
Imports were
were shut.
banned. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw him go to a local store, buy a local product. This is not correct. Representing the country is literally buying a local product. There was where we came up with the idea that let's have something that is, that will be manufactured in India, which is of that quality. So for that, we had a research and development team, and the R&D, it went up to like 15-18 months before we launched this product.
Nice, nice. And very, very recently, now that I've seen all your rebranding,
Yeah.
you've got one of the biggest names in sport in the country,
Yeah.
Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
In the world, I think.
Probably in the world, probably in the world of cricket.
Yeah.
How did you manage to get Mahendra Singh Dhoni on board? Is he an ambassador? Has he used the product? Like, what is the story behind that?
We introduced this product in November 21. So during that time we had sent this product to the Indian team. So this product was introduced to him during the World Cup which held in Dubai. And since then he was a consumer of our product. Maybe a year and a half he was consuming our product. Kedar, while talking to him, have you tried a brand? Have you. So he was like, yeah, I've been using it since like last 1.5 years. That was the time when we realized that, okay, why can't we have him as on board? And I'm very happy to announce that he is not a brand ambassador, but he's also an investor in the company.
Wow, okay.
So that is where it all started. And last month we signed him. We launched him. We have him on all the packaging now.
Nice, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a big name to have associated with the brand.
Yeah.
As an ambassador as well as
Investor.
as an investor. Yeah, I think bigger things are soon to come.
Yeah.
So we kind of understood how you got into it, where you saw this product that was not available in the Indian market. From there, you decided to set up your own manufacturing unit. So how did you go about that? How did you kind of figure out, you wanted to set up in Pune, where to get the raw materials from? How did that whole process go about?
It's very difficult to have the raw whey manufactured in India because it's basically the liquid waste of cheese manufactured. So whenever we manufacture a cheese, the liquid waste is what is whey protein.
The byproduct
The
of manufacturing
byproduct,
cheese.
yeah. Not many big names in the Indian market where cheese is consumed or cheese is manufactured. So we decided to have the best quality whey from outside India. The only goal was to make the same quality product in India, which is of that level, which is of that quality. So yes, after maybe around 18 months we achieved it and then we launched it.
Nice. And you hear a lot of these myths in the supplement industry. Ki protein घेतला तर liver fail, kidney fail, it's very heavy, it's not good. So are these myths? How do you kind of address this issue that most people have?
I think that is due to the quality of the product. There's this agency called WADA, World Anti-Doping Agencies, where all the products are rigorously tested under their labs. Basically, when the quality is not good, it eventually affects the body. You might be knowing or not, I don't know, but there is a very fake market in India about the brands. all the brands from outside India are not manufactured here, obviously. You can't even get to know which is the original product and which is not.
Correct.
So that is a very big thing in India right now, because unless and until you don't eat or you don't have any issue with the body, you don't know if it's good or not. You should know where the product is coming from. And for that, we have set up our own manufacturing plant where, we have our own small lab inside it, and our every product is sent locally also to many labs for the testing. And one thing where my product is different is it's coming directly to you from the factory.
Correct. I think also a lot of times what happens is people think I've started making protein and I'm going to start selling it.
No.
People fail to realize that there is a lot of testing that is done on these products.
Correct.
They have to be food grade.
Yeah.
They have to be safe to consume. And I'm sure whey as a product has been tested all over the world.
Yeah.
And it has been certified and scientifically shown to improve recovery.
Correct.
To help athletes perform better. So I think one of the biggest misconceptions people have is not realizing that these products are tested and safe to use if the quality of the product is maintained.
Correct.
I mean, people will, knowing alcohol is bad, will drink 3-4 times a week. And knowing protein is, without knowing whether protein is good or bad, they label it as
correct.
It's bad.
Correct. We see many people going for a very cheap product. I mean, the pricing point. They think whatever is cheap is nice. If the raw material is costing you 1500 a kilo and you're selling it for 1200 rupees, then obviously how it is possible. I mean, if it's not adulterated,
correct,
it's not possible to sell for 1200 with the packaging, with the transport. So I mean, the price point you should realize where if it's little high, it is on a high side, then the quality of the product is also very good.
And I think that is the general Indian consumer mindset, where they want good quality.
Correct.
And they want it at a very, very discounted rate.
Correct.
And a lot of times you can't do both.
Yeah.
And at the cost of quality, then you can get the price down.
Correct.
But when you want high quality, you have to keep that price point.
Yeah.
And I think it's across all industries. I don't think protein is the only industry that's facing that issue.
Yeah.
I think even me as a strength and conditioning coach, if I have to give you good quality training and spend on my education, automatically my services are more expensive.
Correct.
But then the consumer or the athlete or the client doesn't understand that good quality comes at a higher cost.
Correct.
And I think whether it's service or a product or any industry, I don't think the consumer really understands. I think we also as consumers want products cheaper with good quality.
Yeah.
But I think the mindset is changing.
Yeah, it's changing. Post-COVID, many people are focusing on good health.
Correct.
And
I think people are ready to spend.
Yeah.
People are spending on better quality products and services.
Yeah.
That's why people like us are working in the market. Yeah. So you have your own manufacturing unit. You have a massive distribution. You manage everything. At the same time, you're playing pro.
Yeah.
How do you manage to keep it all together? How do you manage to do so many different things at the same time?
Yeah.
What is your schedule like? How do you?
If you could say that last 3.5 years I've been working all day, and it's like morning I train, full day I work, evening I practice. So this has been since the start of the company. But it's fun, I mean, I am someone who, I can't sit in one place for long. I need to do something. But yeah, it affects my family time, obviously. But yeah, that's...
And girlfriend time.
Cut. So this, if you want to do something very different as a business. It's very important, you have to have focus every time and work. It's not whenever you start a startup. It's not that 9 to 5 and then you're done with the work.
Yeah.
It's like we are working 24 hours. Whenever
Correct.
we get up, we have few things to do. Before sleep, we have few hours, to do a research, to have few things lined up
For the next
for
day.
the next
Yeah,
day.
yeah. Nice. And how do you maintain your fitness since you're playing pro? How many times a week do you train? How many hours a week are you practicing?
So it's like training I've been doing. In the morning I train about 1.5 hour before work, and post work, alternate days we have a very good long practice session at the academy.
And
Yeah,
how many hours usually do you play?
it's around 2.5
2.5
hours.
hours.
As I've been a wicketkeeper batsman, so I need to train batting also and wicket keeping also. So that comes.
Okay, okay, nice. And if I have to ask you, like, what is the one most challenging thing that you faced starting your own business, tying up with such big names in the fitness industry, managing the distribution, managing the sales, managing the manufacturing? Like, if I have to put it all together, what has been your one biggest challenge so
So
far?
during the start, the only thing which I felt difficult was to have the same quality product in India, manufactured in India.
This was before you started manufacturing.
Yeah, before we start manufacturing. The quality of the product should be as equal or maybe more better than the products from outside the India. So that was the first thing where I felt that is it possible, is it not possible. And once we started, touch wood, I have not received a single complaint as of now of the product. And once you consume the product, I mean, you have been using it since ever, I don't know.
Yeah.
And you also told me about the quality and how different you felt after consuming the product. So once any athlete consumes Explosive Whey, so he gets to know how different it is from the other brands.
Nice. And if there is one piece of advice that you would want to give somebody who's looking at starting their own brand in fitness, whether it's supplement or something else, what would that advice be?
Take big risks. I mean, I had my own family business, but doing this was what I thought was right. And other than that, I think you stay true to your products. Don't compromise on the quality or the service you give. That is what is needed for the consumer, I think. If they can trust your product, if they can trust you.
Yeah. And I think when it's more about taking calculated risks than taking just random risks just because you think something will work.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the 15 to 18 months of
Yeah.
research
Yeah.
that you did, it wasn't only for the quality
Yeah.
of the product, but it was also to check whether the business is very, very viable.
Yeah.
You're going to put in
Uh,
a lot of capital, set up your own manufacturing, and if you don't have a market survey and you don't know what other brands and companies are doing and you don't know what the market is expecting of you, you're not going to really make a brand for yourself.
I mean, it was easy for us, to do a third party manufacturing,
Correct.
to have a manufacturer who will just manufacture it for us. But it was very doubtful for the quality, which if he could provide, if he couldn't provide. As you know, after COVID, people are more into fitness, people are buying whey proteins, people are buying supplements to stay fit. So the market was huge, and we saw an opportunity for athletes basically,
Yeah.
because no other brand was doing for athletes.
And what's next? What's the next big thing to come? Any more products that you're launching?
Yeah, we are coming up with hydration.
Okay.
We are coming up with protein bars. Whatever products Explosive Whey launches, we can guarantee about the quality of the product.
Awesome. All the best. All the best
Thank
for
you.
all the other products and ambassadors to come.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I'll get some of those protein bars for free.
Yeah.
I want some samples at home.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving us an insight
Thank you.
as to what it is to run a supplement brand.
Yeah.
And hopefully, we shall see bigger things to come.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.